Robots and wrestlers will not be seen tonight. Instead, we'll bring you this stupid program. Good evening, and welcome to Cult of Contempt. The show will begin shortly as soon as we get transmission to space. Ow! In the meantime, watch.
Remember, seaweed, the potato chip of the sea.
Up your ass, dick, never done. Things must pass, show you how good. So tighten up those faces. We have a strip down easy. All your blind and social braces. We have a strip down easy. I think we're covered all our bases. No strip down easy. And you know we strip down easy. And now, Cult of Contempt Podcast presents
Out and About with Jim Cook.
That's right. We sent Jim Cook to talk to people.
Weird Asbury Park. Weird. Look at this head. It is gorgeous. Gorgeous. Heading to AC for the big 40th anniversary. I got a bunch of party people in the car. Woo! There's a rumble in AC tonight. I'm with Brian Wexler and Carol. And we're going to have some sushi. Ha! White guy using chopsticks. This is the line to get to meet Brian Setzer. Right, so we're waiting in line to meet him. There's a lot of weird flushing sounds at the end of this line. This nice woman wearing a Ramones shirt looks like she enjoyed the concert. Hello, nice lady wearing a Ramones shirt. What'd you think?
I thought it was fantastic.
That's great. Who was the star of the night, of the three?
Well, apparently it was Lee Rocker's birthday, so that was pretty cool, but it's so fun to watch all of them. They're all so good at what they do.
Cult of Contempt presents Allie and Jim's Tribute to the Clash Bar. After this one, the Clash Bar may never be the same. With Santos Menendez starring as Divine.
Inquisitor is looking firmly with an inquiry. It's time to name the asshole of the week.
Dream Belt, make all your dreams come true.
Can you hear us? You can hear us now.
Felt? Is that like velvet?
Felt, I don't know what it means.
Felt?
I never questioned
Velvet.
Because I dream of felt sometimes.
Velvet.
Did you dream of felt?
And velvet.
Did you ever masturbate with either of those materials?
Not with felt.
Sometimes I masturbate with velvet. One time on the set of Batman, they made my tights out of velvet and I got an erection. And the pre-cum ruined the velvet. Adam West was a weird guy. He really would.
I channeled you when I was selling seaweed the other day. There was an older guy and I went, "Hello, citizen. Did you know Burt Ward used to eat these on the set?" And he went, "That's pretty good." I was like, "I know a guy who does it a little better." And I just had this feeling. This old man looked me in the eye, and I just wanted to entertain him, and that was the first thing that came to mind.
Nice.
The whole I don't know. It's funny though, because my impression is a copy of a copy of a copy. So it's kind of funny.
But that's like every impression. Like no impression
It's truly
ever really does. Sounds like anybody. Like you could do Christopher Walken, but then if Christopher Walken came in and did all the same sentences that you just
It would
did,
sound nothing like I did at me, right?
he would fucking it would be not like what you did. Like
Yeah.
I think the best.
It's a caricature. It's an exaggeration.
It's like an exaggeration of like certain things.
Because I do mine slightly older than you do yours. Like I'm a little.
How could you get any older than my old Adam West? Yours is like still alive. He's like the Emperor from Star Wars.
Oh, I'm a little slower. You know. But no. I'm saying it like, well, first off, my voice is more mature. Because your balls haven't dropped yet. You ever?
Yeah, but you
opera
actually
level?
you could pull off fucking young Adam West when he.
Oh.
That's the thing. Like that you could pull that off. I can't pull that off because my voice just sounds like Krusty the Clown. I smoke too many cigarettes, and
So you guys could do dueling Adam Wests.
yeah, but he could do young Adam West. But the irony is he's older than me.
Yeah.
Right.
I don't know. Yeah. I mean, God's a fair fella. I mean, you know.
Really?
Yeah.
Are you serious?
I think God's a fair fella. Like, we all get our own skill set. So I have a versatile voice.
People growing up on like garbage dumps in this world. Do you think God's a fair fella?
Yeah, because they probably have a good voice. They're just growing up in a garbage dump. I should probably move this mic closer to us.
Okay.
I forgot to do that. Sorry.
So all we've been saying is just...
No, they can hear it. It's loud as fuck. I see it on the screen. I can see the meters. You know, meters? What do you have there in your coolers?
I have some Twix.
Nice.
Because, I don't know, you guys are my buds.
Awesome.
And,
6 for you, none for us.
Just gonna eat it in front of us and laugh.
He's
I don't want to be that fat.
The only caveat is that he wants you to deep throat it.
Just looks like I'm really enjoying
Yeah,
it.
just picture him as
Oh, wow.
Santos. He was
Oh,
probably
that's
about
like
that
just
hard
him.
with you with your shirt off.
Come on, that was sexy. And
Who's texting me?
we just ran up there to the lake that day. And we were just walking around. We were like, let's go swimming. So I actually went swimming in my jeans.
Hey, did you guys see the shirtless picture of Phil?
Sexy. Not really.
It's on
I got a
Facebook
dad
right
bod,
now.
we
And
did
Phil
it.
Perry, the person.
Phil Perry, the person.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was
That's like
classic. I saw his pictures and
Chicks think that's cute though.
it looked like a calendar for somebody who's not a fireman.
I was trying to do like, let's do muscles, and then I think Santos kind of like puts down on that part. Because he's just standing there and I'm doing muscles now, so I look like a tool.
Because you realize, like, oh, I can get the stupidest picture of Phil ever.
He's smart.
And you didn't look to
Smart
see.
like a fox.
Oh, Santos, are you doing it too?
Yeah.
He's just like checking you out.
I think the girl took too long to push the button and he just gave up. He was like, alright, I did it for 1 minute, now I'm done.
I already worked out. My muscles are too tired.
He's like, I already
No, Santos usually sticks to a bit. I don't think he gives up.
He doesn't give up when it's divine. That's
Yeah.
for sure. And I
Dude,
think
that is gonna happen. For better or for worse, it's gonna happen.
there's a whole committee now. There's the Divine Intervention Committee.
Who do you think started that?
Yeah,
You did?
right, so for
I did.
you guys who don't know, Santos is going to dress as Divine at our show. What is that? 2 weekends from
2
now?
weekends from now, it's gonna be huge. We got a selfie person. We got prizes. Dude, I got some really cool prizes. There is a potato gun. There is
Nice.
Star Wars stuff, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle stuff. There's coupons.
Wow.
There's gonna be diapers, vitamin supplements, and even aspirin.
And t-shirts I heard too.
All you gotta do is like our page or tag us. And
Because you know you want it.
no, and I want to meet people because I'm looking for interesting
You know what
people.
else you should do is you should tag our names on a wall, like with spray paint.
Okay.
Like Jim, Phil, and Paul, Cult of Contempt. Just write that, but then we didn't do it. It wasn't us.
That's
So
right.
we'll give you the stencil and the spray paint. Oh wait, we should have said that.
No,
earlier.
we're not giving you anything but words that you shouldn't heed. But if you do, we can't control you.
Wait, yeah. You know what? We should get like $100
You ever
comic
think about
book.
that? The stuff we say to them that they could just go out and heed. Like
Heed?
if they listen to me, like, oh, this guy, he's the new Jesus. Like,
All right,
this
let's not
the
get ahead of
horrible-
ourselves.
It would
Like
be
Manson,
It
man.
would be Mad Max outside.
It's fucking Manson, dude.
Just people murdering each other for gas. The good old days.
That's what Hitler did. And our fine president.
Oh my god. So before we get into all of that, I just wanted to end this with, I think it would be kind of cool if we started bribing people into doing ridiculous shit in our name. So like we have like $100 comic book and like whoever does the craziest fucking thing takes a picture of it and then tags us.
No, that's how you get people having sex in churches and stuff. Yeah, that's a good idea.
Opie and Anthony reference.
Yeah.
Oh shit. Am I getting, oh man, I'm getting Opie.
See,
and
here's the
Anthony
thing.
happy.
No, but if we start telling people to do
hacky.
crazy shit and then they do crazy shit, is that on us or is that on them? And that's the discussion.
Right, and if we're offering a prize for said crazy shit,
But
then
if we're
basically-
offering no prize, if I'm just offering words into the world and people follow
Right, I guess
what I
it's-
do, is that my fault?
You know,
I think as an organization you need some legal kind of documentation, like don't break the law, don't piss on a church.
I know a lawyer from Portland. I'm going to send him a message and ask him what his thoughts are on these matters.
Nice.
He's a really good dude. And he plays bass. He was
Yeah.
he was in the metal band when I was in high school.
The metal band.
The metal band.
Is that what their name was?
They had some very bad, unfortunate names. Necropolis. It was the thrash days, so it was when thrash was going mainstream.
I like
Necropolis. They had a Too Bad Dog. I don't know. That one was terrible. And I don't know. But they used to do like Mucky Pup covers. They would do some like obscure, weird shit. They did.
Cool.
Yeah, they
Lucky
do some-
Pup was around that long.
Oh yeah. No. Like they started. Mucky Pup was the thing when I was in high school. Like,
Oh, really? I
They
thought
used
they
to
were
play-
like a newer band for some. Not newer. I thought they were like the '90s or like 2000s, maybe.
early 90s.
Early
yeah.
90s, okay.
Yeah. I graduated high school in '93. I'm not that old.
Yeah, I always thought they were like a fucking 98, 99. Like, I never realized they were around that.
No, I think there was one of those catalog resurgences where it became in vogue, where something that's old becomes in vogue, like in the 90s, Meatloaf became in vogue again, Bat Out of Hell became in vogue again,
Aerosmith,
a lot of the
man.
Queen records became in
Ugh,
vogue
remember
again.
that? Yeah. Ugh.
What, Queen? Or which one?
Meatloaf. Bat Out of Hell 3. I remember my cousin being like, oh yeah, I got Bat Out of Hell 3. It's like, really? Bat Out of Hell 2 sucked. And I'm like 11 years old. Like, I know this is an album
And
that...
I will listen to some Meatloaf, but I won't do that. That song sucks.
Yeah, it was awful.
I would do anything for love.
I did have sex to that song though, so I get a little semi every time I hear it.
I had sex with Meatloaf, and I hate it.
Does he cuddle after, or is he just all sweaty and
It's all
swearing?
sweaty.
He looks gentle.
No, he's not a gentle lover.
He's more of a bear.
Yeah.
He just jabs in there, says, "Take my bear cock," the whole thing.
Yeah. Do you see his like recent live show where he's like 70 years old, like flirting with a girl who's like 23, doing like Paradise by the Dashboard Light, and she's all like hot and singing. He's like dancing around with her, but he just looks like a fucking like a pro wrestler that's like retired, like Dusty Rhodes. Oh, it's atrocious.
Really bitch tits along, man.
That was a great movie.
Whatever happened to Friday night? Fuck Meatloaf.
What do you guys do with Jim
They should have
Steinman
had
as a
David.
writer?
They should have had
Just the compositions. Jim Steinman.
Steinman's a genius.
Right.
But they should have had David Bowie play Eddie in Rocky Horror. That would have been the greatest thing ever.
Was he up for it?
No.
Oh.
In my dreams.
I mean, like, yeah, that was probably a
Meatloaf
project
was
that was
fine.
beneath Bowie, but
Opportunity, bless my soul.
I don't know. Like, if Bowie was involved, Bowie would probably be Rocky, and Jim Curry would be Eddie. You know, you could put him a pompadour on.
No.
I don't know. I that's one of my favorite songs on the Rocky soundtrack.
You know what the next cover I'm gonna do is? You heard it here first. Remember when I did that song from Grease?
Yeah.
Wearing no shirt. Still looking better than this guy somehow.
I don't know. You're looking pretty
I'm gonna
creepy.
do Damn It, Janet.
Oh, nice.
All right.
You heard it here first.
Wow.
I'm gonna drop that soon, actually.
A teaser.
Yeah.
And you're gonna sing the Janet parts.
Yeah.
So you're gonna do the
Like,
man.
You know, Janet. Yes, Brad. I really love the skillful way you beat the other girls to the bronze.
Off.
Okay.
Oh my god.
Oh yeah, it's gonna be gold.
Oh my god.
Yeah, truck crash.
It's gonna get another 900 views.
Can I make a note? I think you should have people with sock puppets doing the Janets, popping on screen.
You know what? I have a green screen and arms. I'll just fucking do it myself. Because I don't know nobody with fucking rhythm. You know what I'm saying? Their minds were blown that I'm standing in the same room with myself. Is there two of them? If there was two of me, I would never leave the house.
To have a third entity, and it even adds to the mystique if it's you,
I was
because
gonna
you're doing
do
the whole
that.
thing yourself.
I was gonna do that when I did the Summer Love In
Right.
with the chorus, but then I just drank too many watermelon beers. 21st century, 21st Amendment Brewing Company, rather.
Speaking of beers, I do have some Yinlings if you gentlemen need.
Nice.
I forgot to mention that earlier. I also have
it really?
I have a dollar store pork chop.
Why would you bring a dollar store pork chop?
Because I stopped at the dollar store on the way, and
Who buys meats at the dollar store?
Jim, explain this to us.
dude, I can season that, fry it, and make a quick sandwich and
But what
save
is it
myself
made
$6.
of? Is it really?
It's real pork. It's just you're just paying an absurd amount per pound. And it's and it's probably I don't know. It was
yeah, like
probably
if you
cut
went to
and
the
frozen,
store and bought $1 worth of pork, like
yeah,
how much is that gonna? Is that gonna be the same?
I don't know. I think no. I think $1 worth of pork would be more than this. I think
Probably, right? Because they have to package it.
because this is only 5
The
ounces.
quality of the meat in the dollar store pork chop. That's my concern.
I've already had one. I wouldn't have bought it again if I didn't think it was decent.
It's decent.
Yeah. I mean, it's better than the shit you get in a fast food place. I'm telling people, it's better than the shit you get in a fast food place. I mean, all right, let's look at. All right, if we want to be like dicks about it.
Yeah.
What else is new?
All right, the sodium is 320. That's absurd. That's bad for you if you have high blood pressure.
Well, yeah.
25 grams of protein in one serving. That's crazy good protein. So if you could run off the salt. And 200 calories.
And how
A Big
much
Mac's
fat?
like 600 calories. The fat's 11
Big Mac
grams.
is
but
probably 1,000 calories.
But if you do keto, this is ideal, and you just
Right.
eat fruit and nuts with it.
No, I recommend the Whopper diet.
What's the Whopper
I
diet?
had 2 Whoppers a day.
Yeah.
And look at the shape.
Oh, because
I'm-
you got some crazy ass fucking skinny boy metabolism that I'm supposed to hate you for. But
No, it's not. It's not a skinny boy metabolism.
oh, you have skinny boy metabolism, man.
You're
No,
back and forth close to death. I don't think the fucking Whopper meals is gonna help you.
I think it will.
Interesting.
I started Otezla. Speaking of close to death.
Hey, how's your asshole? It feels like you had a night on Christopher Street or what?
Like no, it feels like I'm just always wiping a yellow marker.
Yeah, you texted me that. I had no idea what that meant at first, and then I'm like, I was doing a lot of stuff, and I was drunk at in AC, and I see your post like, oh, my ankle, but you didn't write ankle, you're anal.
Yeah, no,
And then I
you're
tell
right.
you, oh yeah, how's your ankle? You're like, everything else hurts.
I missed a party because I started my Otezla and my fucking side effects were like just lousy. Like I was just like shitting and So
What's the purpose of the Otezla?
It's for psoriatic arthritis, but I'm not going to feel the effects of that for like 2 or 3 months.
Really?
But I do notice like my skin is like clearing up, like my elbows and shit.
Good.
For the psoriasis, so that's good. But yeah, no, it's.
Is this a biologic or what is it?
No, it's a pill.
It's just a medication.
Yeah, it's just a medication.
Gotcha.
I won't take anything that I have to inject anymore. I learned my lesson with that, with the Enbrel.
Biologics have come a long way. You might want to look into that.
I don't trust it. Like, well, my other option now is either Otezla or methotrexate, which is chemotherapy. I'm like, you know what? Like, I'll try the fucking pill first.
Yeah, really.
But like, I don't know. So the side effects are like depression and vomiting and nausea and
Anal leakage.
well, that's the nausea. And
Fill my
shitting.
tub with that
You know,
anal
just like-
leakage.
Yeah, that's why I had to go get the camera shoved in my asshole because they had to make sure I didn't have anything else before they put me on this. That's going to make my shitting situation even
Right,
shittier.
which is going to add more. It's going to add more acid to your sphincter.
And I half
So
think
you
I'm
may get
feeling the
hemorrhoids.
depression, but the way my depression manifests is that I just say horrible shit to make myself laugh really more than anything else. But everybody else seems to. Like we had pictures done at work, and it was like this photo shoot and all this shit, and I said, oh, we got the pictures back from the photo shoot. And somebody goes, how are they? I go, they're pictures.
Nice.
Like they're not great. Like they just are what they are. Like
Right. They're company pictures.
yeah, like there's a lot of work to be done on them before they can go out into the real world. But I don't know. I'm just a little more off the cuff, and I kind of like it.
Nice. So you're a little more unhinged.
Yeah, just slightly.
Okay. So you're angrier, more irritable.
No, it's not even a rage. It's just like an even more brutal honesty. Like I'll say shit that I normally just wouldn't say. Like there is a line that I'm like, you know what?
You sound like Roseanne Barr with the Ambien, man. Oh no.
No, you know what? Really, it is off. Like the filter's off.
I get that. Some medications do take the filter
Like
off.
I feel
and personal
kinda,
relationships strain. I'm familiar with that.
I feel more intense. And you know what? That intensity carried through today at work. Like I stayed at work an extra like 25 minutes because like we were doing something, we had to get it done. Normally I'm fucking out the door at like 6 o'clock, but maybe, I don't know. Maybe I'm a new man now on a Tesla.
Wow.
And angrier, more motivated. I quit smoking.
Again?
Again, yeah. I got a Juul, Juul. Highly recommend it because
Yeah.
the other company that I had originally.
Love Juul. Who will save your soul? Juul will.
Yeah. So now I just vape pure nicotine. It's great.
Good. I think if there were ever two of you, you'd probably kill each other.
Two of me?
Yeah.
No.
No?
No, we would just be tag teaming bitches. That'd be crazy pornos.
All right, you're a little self-absorbed. You'd be tag teaming each other.
Eiffel Tower.
I'd be slapping hands.
That would just be weird.
I was the kid in school that they thought was gonna be like a school shooter,
Right.
which was funny that I'm not.
Why would they think you were going to be the school shooter?
Because I wore a trench coat all the time, and some kid told the principal I had a gun. So
There's no hope for this country.
yeah, it was great. I got called down to the office, and like a police officer was there, and they like questioned me. I'm like, I didn't say I had a gun. I'm like, this kid said I had a gun. I just pointed at him across the table because he was sitting there. Like, he didn't realize the stupidity of his actions. Of like, yeah, that kid said he has a gun. He's gonna shoot everybody.
Right.
So I fucking sat across from Steve Rogers. That was his name.
No fucking way.
Yeah, it's great. You see him on Fox News once in a while. Steve Rogers. He's like from Nutley,
Okay.
and he's like just like a goofy fucking like, oh, I'm Officer Rogers. Blah, 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 blah. Like that guy that would come to the school
Is he
and
a
talk
cop
to the
now?
kids. No, he's like he's retired from the police. He works for something else now. But he was like, he retired at like the top of his shit. And he was like a cop when I was a kid. Sergeant Rogers.
No, I thought you were talking about the kid who ratted you.
No, the kid who ratted me, I don't know. I hope he's dead. I hope he was assassinated by somebody who really did have a gun and he didn't tell on him. But,
irony.
No, he, so I got to sit across from this cop and they're like fucking questioning me. They're like grilling me. And the principal like kind of knows me. It was like, he's a good kid. He's not a fucking kid with a gun. Like, he's like sitting there kind of like as like the seesaw, you know? Yeah. And, they're like, well, you know, this kid says you have a gun. I'm like, well, you want me to call my parents and have them call their lawyer? Like, what do you want to happen now? Are you gonna arrest me? Or are you gonna do something? Or can I go back to class? Because I'm clearly of no. They didn't even pat me down, dumb fucks. I could have had 10 guns in my trench coat, but I didn't.
Previous to Columbine, so.
No, it wasn't. Columbine was when I was in like 6th grade.
Are you serious?
Yeah. Columbine was like fucking, what, 98? 99, something like that.
It was in the 90s.
Yeah.
I think I was out of high school by the time.
It was late 98 because I just started TV. I got a legit TV job. Well, how legit is News 12?
Pretty fucking legit. More legit than Cult of Contempt Network, but...
Yeah,
I was
suppose.
in fucking college with long
I don't know, I
hair,
like it better here.
getting high and hooking up with girls and going to parties.
I was in 6th grade. My favorite band was Twisted Sister.
Awesome. Now, were you going for the commercial Stay Hungry record, or did you go back a couple records?
No, you know what? With Twisted Sister, I'll go through the whole thing. My best friend when I was a kid, this kid Chris, he his older brother was like into fucking Metallica, Danzig, Slayer, like all that shit. So we were like 3rd, 4th grade, and he would show us all this different shit, music-wise and whatever. And one time he's like, yo, did you guys ever hear Twisted Sister? We're like, no. And he played it. And he played fucking like We're Not Gonna Take It. And like just 2 like 4th grade kids, like,
it's the greatest thing you've ever heard in your life.
Fucking thing you've ever heard in your life.
That was the age when I liked Twisted Sister, 3rd, 4th grade, yeah.
Yeah, and it's just
like to have power, like we're not gonna take it anymore. Like, you know, you're a little kid, you're always pushed and pulled and treated like you're an idiot. And we're just not gonna take it.
I think that was the first song I ever played with a band, actually.
Alright.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah, when I was a kid, yeah, like my brother's like little kid band that he had, like fucking they played it at like a barbecue we had, and the cops came, and I didn't stop when they came. I just was like, no, finish it. We're not stopping. Fuck the cops.
Nice.
Fuck the police.
Nice.
Sergeant Rogers came. No. But yeah, like, so I got into Twisted Sister because, like, I borrowed that kid's Twisted Sister CD, and I probably still have it. Like, he never asked for it back, and I just, like, listened to it all the time.
Nice.
I thought it was, I thought Dee Snider was great before the whole PMRC thing, where he just stared down fucking Tipper Gore, and, like, him and Frank Zappa basically told them they're all perverts and fucking. Yeah. Oh, that was great.
You can find those
things, and you
can find those recordings, and they're well worth your while.
They are absolutely worth your while. Dee Snider is a fucking succinct,
well-spoken,
very well-spoken motherfucker.
The wild card of the whole night was John Denver. He fucking stuck it to him.
Yeah.
He's like, you guys, you know, banned Rocky Mountain High, which had nothing to do with drugs, because I don't use drugs, and how dare you censor something that meant, you know, being in a mountain on a beautiful, you know, it's John Denver. He's talking very metaphorically friendly, but in his own way, he gave him the finger just as much as Dee Snider did. And he's like, and how about, you know, what, you know, assurances do you have that there's not going to be legislation of censorship? What, you know, and to hear that from John Denver, they all kind of backed off.
And he's right, that's a slippery slope, man. Once you start saying what people cannot say.
But, I mean, think how crazy that is. Frank Zappa, Dee Snider, and I agree with what you're saying, yeah. And fucking John Denver. But, you know, I guess they ultimately lost because they had the label, but the label was the greatest thing that ever happened to the industry.
Honestly, they probably sold a bunch of fucking records because
of that, absolutely, because that sticker was on it. it sold more.
Right,
Yeah,
exactly.
Zappa got the sticker on an instrumental record.
Yeah, that's great.
To stick it to him. To stick it to him.
He's the
but
best.
then that sold a lot of, I don't know. I'm not a big Zappa guy. There's a couple songs
I don't give a fuck about Zappa, but I'll tell you, the guys I know that can play a Steve Zappa song, fucking start to finish, Steve Zappa, a Frank Zappa song start to finish, like, those guys are the fucking best musicians that I've ever met. They could play fucking anything. They could learn a song and fucking play it tomorrow, like they've been playing it their whole fucking life.
Zappa's one of those musicians.
For sure.
And he had a lot to do with rock history. I mean, I think he had something to do with boosting Alice Cooper's career. Or I don't know if he discovered them, but I'm pretty sure he helped him out.
Not only was he an innovator, but he was hilarious. A lot of his songs were fucking hilarious.
I think he's funnier than he is like palatable to me. Like,
Yeah, like,
Right,
but
yeah.
I think
I would rather listen to him talk than listen to his music.
if fucking what's that?
I
If
think that's
Pixar
a lot.
had any fucking balls, they should do like just a series of shorts based on crazy rock songs and just animate, or do like a Fantasia but for Pixar. And I would pick like Dangerous Kitchen. I would pick like Joining a Fan Club by Jellyfish, stuff that's like really visual and kind of out there, but also, well, Joining a Fan Club's got a commercial side to it. But anyway, I don't know. I think like Zappa stuff would really lend itself to animation.
I agree.
And I don't know. I'm not an animator, but
Tell
if I knew
Dweezil.
one, what's that?
I could tell my friend Max. He could tell Dweezil.
Oh yeah.
My friend Max Boris. Shout out.
Is Dweezil
He's
have
in
control
No
of the
Hugs,
catalog?
No Hugs. Check them out. They're a rockin' fucking band. He played in the band Hormones for a while. Him and his brother. I met them
Right.
when I was in the Undead. That kid could play fucking Zappa start to finish, and he played with like Dweezil Zappa. Like Dweezil Zappa saw his YouTube video when he was like a fucking like 14 or something, and like had him like come to a show and play with them and all that shit. Like this kid's like a prodigy. There's 3 brothers in that family. They're all fucking like music prodigies. Like they pick up anything. It's pretty fucking amazing. And 2 of them, I think, have synesthesia. So they see colors, and it was great too because my guitar player / keyboard player Rob, who's in the band Hormones, I had those kids in the band Hormones for like a hot minute. Mm-hmm. We did like a show, and the guy Rob that used to play, he played guitar in the band Hormones. He just played keyboards, and it was just cool. It was like something to do. It was the summer. It was fun, and. So, like, I would have Rob, like, play a note, and it's like, okay, what color do you see? What color do you see? What color do you see? And it was like if you shift the hue on a picture. He's like, I see dark brown. I see orange. I see this color. Like, it was always, like, shifted. Like, if you were to take the HSL adjust in your video editor and, move the hue around,
Right.
This is fucking a very interesting thing to me, synesthesia and like just the ability, like those dudes, that was the fucking tightest band I ever had, and we rehearsed like twice because they just know the material. Like it was unlike anything I've ever seen. Like when I met Rob, he was like, just play through the songs. He's like, play through them once. He's like, I'll play through them the second time. Okay, that's reasonable. So we're playing the songs. Fucking, I look over. Rob's already playing. He's playing them with us. He's never heard them before, but he heard us go through the first verse and chorus. It was like, I can play this. It's this.
Yeah.
If there's a
Probably
bridge,
watching your fingers too.
yeah. Dude, that kid fucking, I think he did one rehearsal with us, and we had a gig. Like, it was just like, he's the guy. Wow. Fucking just nailed it.
Yeah.
And there's something to that, like,
It's
If you kids don't know what synesthesia is, it's actually a blending of your senses. So you'll be able to taste colors or see colors associated with sounds. And a lot of people become either musical or mathematical geniuses because they can very easily categorize sounds or music or mathematics in their head. A lot of those people are also autistic. There's a lot of autistic savants that can play amazing music, or they can make amazing illustrations. I saw one guy, he saw like an overview of New York City, and he drew the whole skyline, every single building to scale and shit like that. Fucking crazy.
Yeah. I sometimes wonder about if I'm on the spectrum somewhere. Like, I can hear a song and not play it perfectly, but I could see how Mozart was like kind of like a fucking nuisance to these people that wrote these songs that you were supposed to go here and hear them, and that's the only place you could hear them. And he would fucking come out and write the fucking notes.
Right.
You know, and like, oh yeah, this is that song, you know. Like, I could be that guy for certain stuff. Like, oh yeah, it's these chords, you know.
Yeah.
I don't know if I'm on the spectrum, but I've thought about it. And I'm also like one of these guys where it's fucked up. Like at work, all the merchandise, we have like 1,000 different SKUs. And maybe we have 400 of them in stock.
You call them SKUs. You call them SKUs? Well, I've seen other people call them SKUs too.
I don't know. But they'll ask you, they're like, oh, do we have any of this? Oh yeah, it's on the third shelf on this one over here. Like, boom. My boss was like she's like blown away by it, and she's like, you know where, you have good eyes. I go, no, I just know, I organized it, I know where I put it.
Right.
But even if I don't organize it, if I just look at it for like a minute, like, okay, I know this is all here. I think that's why my apartment is like crazy, because I'm just like, oh, I know my wrestling masks are there. I know my fucking big hat is over there.
Right.
I know my controllers are there.
Right.
Like, I just know where everything is, but they don't have like a place. They are.
Yeah.
And I kind of think that's like a sign of insanity, but maybe also of some kind of genius.
I don't think so. There's a lot of creative minds are like that, and you know, a lot of people have like seemingly messy, have some sort of organization to it. But I think that probably evolutionarily, there's probably a wide variety of different ways that people's brains work. And it probably helped our species survive, because, you know, if you had that ability, you know, out in the field or hunting game, and then somebody else had another ability that helped people, you know, come together and stuff like that. I think there's probably a diversity of neurological systems within our species that are diversified so that we can rise to challenges in evolution in our environment.
People just have a different mental drive for different things. Like,
That's kind of what I meant by God's a fair fellow. I know circumstances, God probably doesn't have control, but I meant like physically, like usually somebody who can't do one.
God isn't real.
But anyway,
Leave God alone.
everybody's got a skill set.
I agree with everybody has a skill set. I'm just skeptical that, you know, God evens out everything in life.
It's just an old saying, which I kind of see as kind of outdated and could possibly reflect some white privilege on my part.
You know, on that very same beach, we were swimming around, and then Santos was very impressed because there was a young lady there, and we were talking about writing or something, and then she came up to me and said, I'm a writer, and then we talked for a while. He left, and she and I were flirting a little bit, and then I came back to him and he says, you're meeting girls at lakes? How do you meet girls at lakes? But she turned out to be very Christian, and then she started, it could be. She started shoving a lot of Christian stuff down our throats, and she wanted us to listen to this Christian radio show.
Ugh.
And I was like, I'm not really into that. I'm kind of into Buddhism.
Sorry, honey, not my thing.
Santos was talking about paganism, and then she had all kinds of misconceptions about that. They must be crazy people and all this other stuff. We try to overcome those ideas. But one thing I told her was like, you know, she's like, you know, God always has a plan. I'm like, there's people starving in other countries now. What plan could that possibly have? She says, well, he allows the devil to run amok, and that's why we have these problems. And I said, what kind of loving God would let the devil run amok and let children starve?
Yeah, it's like, God, you got one job. Don't let the devil run amok.
He's got a plan. So that's like the big cop out. And I didn't press it any farther than that.
Well, that's what anybody can say. Oh, he's got a plan. It's part of the plan. Anybody can say that about God, about anything.
You should have seen the look on her face when I said, what kind of loving God would let the devil run amok on this earth?
Yeah.
she gave me quite a look at after that. But anyway.
So, on that dark note, I've been with Allie since 2002, and I've become really close and a part of her family. Well, I married into it, but she had a young niece, a cousin. I always refer to her as niece because she's so young, but her cousin is in the medical field and went to school with a kid.
Okay.
Who just happened to be at Dayton, Ohio, on the wrong day at the wrong time.
Right.
He was studying his master's degree to be a cancer doctor,
Oh my
and
God.
volunteered at cancer hospitals. And unfortunately, he was one of the victims.
Oh my God.
I don't want to say his name. I don't want to say her name.
Sounds like a talented
But
person.
that's kind of scary because now I'm a couple degrees. I mean, for all intents and purposes, I've been around long enough where I consider Moore as my cousin too.
Right.
And she's just a wonderful person, and most of the people I've met that she's been friends with are wonderful people, like almost too good. Some of them a little gaudy, you know, like not gaudy, like you know, once God.
Gaudy.
No, not gaudy. Anyway, so like, and then I'm thinking about like, you know, Endgame. Can you imagine like in an infinite reality, this kid lives and then cures cancer, but now our reality's fucked because now he's dead. I don't know.
That's interesting.
But I am disappointed that once again the right and the left decide to argue so loudly that we all run and hide, feel bad, we forget, and nothing fucking changes. Something needs to change. Because this has to stop happening.
I think that things might change this time, not only because people are fed up with it, but because the NRA...
We should have been fed up with it when Newtown happened.
Well, yeah,
Little
sure.
children getting murdered in a school. I mean...
But right now the NRA is very unorganized, so I think a lot of guns rights...
Well, they were organized
guns,
enough to go into right-wing
gun control.
radio and say that AR-15s are for coyote hunting. Oh, because coyotes are such a fucking problem. You can't use an old-fashioned shotgun. Fuck you.
Coyotes are a problem, but you can use a shotgun. There's no
Exactly.
reason why you need to...
An AR-15 only fires one round at a time. Let's be realistic.
Did you say AK-47 or AR-15?
AR-15, but it's still an assault rifle.
Well,
And you can add the clip to it to make it
Yeah,
an
that's
automatic
the
You can
weapon.
add any clip to anything.
That's what David Koresh had in that fucking compound in Texas. Look,
Phil,
I know...
Jim, I could go stab 20 people tomorrow before I get taken down. I could
Wait a minute.
I have
No,
two
you
swords
can't.
like Deadpool.
no, you can't.
I could.
No, you can't.
I could absolutely.
There's
But-
no way that you're telling me that somebody with an assault rifle is not going to take out more people than a guy
Oh, I
with a
didn't say
sword
more
or a knife.
people. I'm just saying.
You're not going to go out and
you
stab
take
20
away-
people. You're going to stab 2 people, and then 10 people are going to jump you. But if you have an assault rifle,
But how
you can
many of them are gonna
you
get
can
stabbed?
shoot all 10 people at once. You just fucking spray them, man.
But it's not. You have to
Why
pull the
is it
trigger
this
10
country?
times.
Why is it this country that has so many mass shootings? We're like here, and the rest of the world is here with the number of mass shootings. It doesn't happen anywhere else. Why the fuck is this country? And I'm not blaming the
Because
fucking
of-
video games.
No,
I'll tell you
you
something
know
about the
what it
video
is?
That's
games.
ridiculous.
Both sides have used the video games as an argument to
No,
serve
it's
the
not
freaking
video
NRA.
games.
evil
yeah,
bastards.
It's because people don't fucking communicate with their kids. It's because people don't fucking.
Well, you can't blame the parents either.
I blame the fucking parents. Parents
do you
don't fucking
blame-
parent. You want to compare us to someplace like Japan where respect and fucking you know, and education are like the paramounts of their society. Like,
I don't think that's the reason at all. I think that this is a very alienating society. I think that there's a lot of bullying that's going on. I think there's a lot of people that get picked on for a long time and think that their life is not worth anything, and they decide that they're going to get their 15 minutes by going down in a fucking shower of bullets. I think it's a way to commit suicide where you can be a badass for 15 minutes. That's all it is, because none of these guys have an exit game.
Now I know that
that's a good point.
I
Yeah.
think it's because it used to be in the 1950s where everybody on the block knew you and they all looked out for you when you were a kid. And nowadays, kids are getting fucking bullied
Well,
on the
no, but you
internet.
know what else?
It's an
Think about the
isolating society.
1950s, though. Think about the 1950s. If
Yeah.
you and I had a problem,
Right.
you would go outside and one of us would beat the shit out of the other one.
Right.
I would beat the shit out of you.
You would.
And then the quash, it would just be quashed. Like, okay, whatever. We fought, like,
Right.
it's done. You know, like, do I like you? Maybe not. Do you like me? Maybe not. But it's like, it happened, it's done.
I mean, some people had a feud, I think, but by and large, it was usually done.
But I feel like people fucking would just go outside, like, take it outside and sell it. That's not a thing from 80s movies. That's a thing that actually used to happen. Like, you want to step outside? Like,
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't think that's a fake thing that some Hollywood writer just
Do you don't
thought
think people
up.
have fist fights anymore? Is that what you're talking
No, people are fucking little pussies that are non-fucking confrontational. And if you
We're
say...
taught to not be confrontational.
Exactly.
I'm shamed for being confrontational.
Yeah.
Because I like to call people out on their bullshit.
Precisely. So do I. And you know what? People call me an asshole for it. And fuck them. I don't give a fuck if people think I'm an asshole. If fucking 20 people think I'm great and 100 people think I'm an asshole because I'm telling the truth, they could suck my cock. I don't fucking care.
Yeah.
Some people can't take that. That fucking like, oh, these people don't like me. I don't give a fuck.
Right.
Nobody that doesn't like me has the balls to come up to me and go, you called my friend a pedophile. Well, he fucking is. So fuck him. I don't care. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I know,
it's always
but-
tell your boy not to say this. Why don't you come fucking tell me to my face, you fucking pussy? 'Cause you won't.
Right.
Because it's easier to tell your boy, fuck you. You know? You want to come fucking shoot me, you fuck. Exactly. Like, that's the way I feel. I don't give a fuck.
Right.
Am I gonna go fucking look for trouble and fucking, oh, I got a gun? No, I don't give a fuck. End my life. Watch what happens to you.
Right.
It's not gonna end well.
But
You're gonna get caught.
Right.
There's medical, there's fucking forensic science. Like, it's not just...
Actually, television's kind of exaggerating forensic science, and because...
Yeah, but I watch so many murder shows on
I'm
ID.
just saying, you're kind of drinking the Kool-Aid on that. It's a lot more complicated. It's not as good as they think, and sometimes you get the wrong guy because it's not as accurate
Good.
as
I hope
think.
they get the wrong guy, and I hope he's an asshole too. I don't care. Okay? I don't care.
Do you need a hug?
No, this is
Did
me.
the shootings make you sad?
No, you know what? The shootings, I'm not even surprised anymore. And it was funny, too, because, like, I saw the shooting that happened the day before. I was like, or maybe there's two the same day. I forget. They're like, oh, the guy's a Trump guy. Yeah, he was a Trump guy. The second shooting happens. Oh, the guy's a Trump guy. No, he's a socialist. Like, there's fucking assholes.
Well, wait a minute. The president said that he, supported all the Democratic socialists, but the police have not come out and said that, so we don't really know.
The articles that I read on that, I couldn't get
I did
a reliable source.
Did you look at his Twitter? I looked at his Twitter. And he's a fucking socialist. He's all he's talking about is, he's retweeting
I don't
AOC
think
and
ideology has anything to do
exactly. That's the point I'm trying to make. Fucking, there's assholes on both sides. Like,
well, sure.
Fucking any idiot on the left or any idiot on the right is gonna go, I don't like the way these people think, and fucking grab a gun and fucking.
Fair enough, and I agree with you.
I think people on the right are more likely to have a gun. Legally owned, but people on the left just fucking buy it in the streets.
I'm pretty sure the numbers are Republican to Democrat.
I don't think it has anything to do with that.
But
I think it has to do with social isolation. I think it has to do with people.
It's a mental
access to guns. You're right.
But when you say, it's a mental illness thing, then
no,
people,
not mental illness. I'm saying that.
But you don't think that's a mentally ill person that picks up a gun and goes to shoot other people?
I think it's a specific condition. I think it's a social condition, it's a psychological condition. But it's not every mentally, ill person.
A mental illness, not all the mentally ill.
Right. I just think that people just say mentally ill and then...
So, like,
should we roll a Danza PSA?
Nice.
Oh, no, let's yeah.
Oh, I don't have it queued up.
Well, while you queue it up, I'm just going to say, as far as the mentally ill, I mean, is it going to be like X-Men? Are we all going to have to register if we see a shrink? Like Senator Kelly is going to make us the Mentally Ill Registration Act?
Yes. I think there's a lot of other factors. I think...
Hold on, I'm going to start that from the top.
Yeah, you definitely have to.
All right, so last week I thought that Tony Danza might have used the word retard in an old PSA, and I had to know, because while I was doing eBay work today, I was listening to some of our back shows, and you're really at the top of your game the last few weeks.
I'm not quite sure how to deal with a disabled person. Give them every chance that they deserve. I mean, they're normal people.
Physical disability should not hamper or hinder someone's growth.
Everybody has potential, whether you're disabled or not.
I really think that we should make the effort to help with that, but I just don't think we should push our help in their favor.
Potential is wasted in this country with people who are disabled, the elderly, even children. It's colossal.
Do unto others, they do unto you. Just treat them as a normal,
They went to
everything else. Disabled doesn't mean not normal. Treat them just as human beings.
I treat them probably as normal people, but with special needs.
I'm totally good. United Cerebral Palsy knows there's only one answer to that question. How do you treat a person with a disability? Like a person.
Like a poison!
His shirt's all open, chest hairs coming out.
Like a poison. I could have played Superman in Superman 3, but Christopher Reeve took the role back. Look what happened to him.
Can you imagine that Superman 3? That would have been awful.
Dude, that would have been great. I'm a Superman. Hey Lois, you want to? I'm gonna blow a load. And
That would have been the biggest mistake in Hollywood history. His eyebrows are all wrong. He has the wrong chin.
But his hair. He's got Dean Cain hair.
Yeah, Dean Cain was a little boy, like doughy boy looking for Superman. Dean Cain's probably the worst Superman.
Yeah. No, the worst Superman
Was the old black and white guy?
Christopher Reeve.
Really? He was the worst?
Oh, he's fucking hard. He looked like Superman, but I don't know. I never bought it. I fucking hate those movies. I can't get over my hatred. I think Superman Returns, where Kevin Spacey plays the best fucking Lex Luthor ever. That was, to me, I was like so fucking psyched to see, like, all right, this movie was kind of shitty, but where is this gonna go? Because the casting is, like, I like Brant Routh. I thought he was good. I felt like I liked Lois Lane better. She wasn't a chain-smoking fucking
you see, I like that. What was her name?
Margot Kidder? Oh,
yeah, Margot Kidder.
God.
Yeah.
When I was a little kid, I remember watching that thinking, like, oh, Lois Lane's supposed to be like Superman's hot girlfriend. And, like, ugh.
I would have banged her. Oh my god.
Yeah, but that's your generation.
Yeah, my generation.
Like, you guys watch Black Christmas. Oh, yeah.
What's Black Christmas?
She's in Black Christmas. The fucking, it's like an old slasher movie from like 74.
No, oh god, I was
That's
born
like
in
an
74.
early Margot Kidder movie.
Oh, wow.
Margot Kidder was romantically involved with Richard Pryor, I think. Like, didn't they date? Yeah.
Is that like, you know what? When I saw Margot Kidder in real life one time at Chiller Theater, it was great.
She's dead now, right?
Yeah. She it was like the most concerning thing I've ever seen. Like, she picked up her purse and she's rifling through it, like, and she pulls out all these fucking pills, puts down all these pill bottles on the table and goes, and then puts them slowly back into her purse. I'm like, you know what? I think I'm gonna skip Margot Kidder. I'm good.
Yeah.
Let's just go to fucking Ernie Hudson.
That makes me want to talk to her even more.
No.
What's going on there?
Yeah, that makes her totally getaway.
I wanted no part of that.
She's wearing a new blue jacket.
You could have fucking banged a 60-year-old Margot Kidder.
For the story, yeah.
The palsy makes it feel better.
No, but you know
62,
what?
they don't want dick at 62. They just want a macrame.
Depends on how youthful she is, I suppose.
No, once you hit menopause, though, your uterus dies and your vagina no longer feels good. And it's over.
You really thought Dean Cain was the worst Superman?
What
about the new guy that plays Superman?
At least he looks the part.
Henry Cavill?
No, the guy on TV.
Oh, I haven't watched that one.
That dumb dildo. He's
the guy on the Supergirl show. He's not bad.
Oh, he's not bad? Okay, I haven't seen it. I'm excited for what they're doing. They're doing like a Crisis on Infinite Earths.
Yeah.
And I think they're doing Batman Beyond. I heard is Kevin Conroy is going to play fucking Bruce Wayne.
Get out.
In the Batman Beyond part of that.
Really?
Yes.
I heard.
Where's the Joker?
I heard that Mark Hamill's been signed on.
Mark Hamill's gonna play the Joker, dude.
Yeah.
They're gonna make a real life version of that fucking universe. I don't think they're gonna get Will Friedle to play fucking Batman Beyond. But you know what?
They might. Terry McGinnis.
Yeah, they might. He don't look that much older.
That cartoon was awesome.
Yeah,
I loved it. Did you see the movie where the Joker comes back?
Yeah.
Oh my god, it was brilliant. it was in Tim Drake the whole time. Like, the greatest trick that the devil pulled is to make everybody think he doesn't exist. So the Joker was living inside Tim Drake all that fucking time. I mean, they took the whole Batman universe, and usually when you change it, like they changed Spider-Man, they sent him into space, probably because of the success of Batman Beyond, and it didn't work. It was dumb. The animation was terrible. The one fella, the '90s guy, was talking about how bad that show was, but Batman Beyond, it was dark for a Saturday morning cartoon.
Yeah.
And I think it was made, and unfortunately, they had to end the show before they could really put a capper, but what they did was...
That's what they're gonna fucking do on this.
No, they already did it in Justice League.
Oh, that's right,
There's an episode beyond the final episode where it goes into... Well, no, not the final episode of that one season where there was this whole epic Brainiac kind of serial going on.
I watched that entire, I watched Batman and Superman, then I watched Justice League, then I watched Justice League Unlimited, in a fucking...
Yeah.
I crammed it into a 3-month period.
The continuity is
I felt
very
like I was
accurate.
in the fucking Justice League.
That's all.
Oh my god, yeah, the continuity is accurate. I love the portrayal of Lobo.
Yes.
I love the portrayal. I loved everything about it. Tim Daly from Wings was Superman.
Yep.
The woman who plays Wonder Woman still plays her to this day for most of the stuff.
Except for when Rosario Dawson does it.
Yeah. They flip her out. There's a guy that flips with Kevin Conroy every now and then.
I'll tell you, when they had Peter Weller, RoboCop, do Batman and Dark Knight Returns, dude, that was the shit.
You mean the video game or the...
No, Dark Knight Returns was the Frank Miller book. They made it into a movie.
Oh, right.
Two-parter.
You know, I only saw part 1. I never got around to seeing part 2.
Holy fuck.
The animation was amazing. It was very true to the book. It's a very dark book.
Did you see the Batman meets the Ninja Turtles thing that came out?
Not yet.
I'm gonna try and watch that this weekend.
That sounds awesome.
Yeah, they did a crossover, Batman and the Ninja Turtles.
Is it available streaming, or
I don't know.
Are you gonna find another way?
I'll probably just rent it.
Okay. Yeah. Redbox has it. I know that for a fact.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, because they sent me an email about it because I rented other comic book properties. Wow, you go to Redbox once, you'll get 10 rentals. You'll pay $3 because they're just so desperate right now. And I get a deal
They had a
every week.
streaming service for a while. I don't know if they still do, but
They're
was
better off.
That would be smart.
I'll tell you, it was fucking. For a guy that just loves shitty 80s and 70s slasher movies that you can't find anywhere else, Redbox Instant was the shit.
Yeah.
Wow. But then I watched everything. They didn't change it as much as Netflix. They don't have original programming. It doesn't seem like it's really their bread and butter. It's yeah, we have this. You could pay $5 a month for it. But it was cool. I recommend it.
I told a millennial a couple of weeks ago that Netflix used to send me DVDs in the mail, and he didn't believe me.
Oh my god! Yeah, I used to have this. I had this scam, and I'm so embarrassed. I used to work a lot of mailroom jobs. My TV career kind of imploded. I decided I wanted to do something that was just low key, no pressure. So I started doing these mailroom jobs. And the people would drop off their Netflix, and I'd take it home and watch the shit and put it in the mail the next day.
Nice. That's a federal offense, James.
Not technically, because it was never put into a federal mailbox.
Oh, that's true.
So you really just fucked your job, but fucked it.
Yeah. I mean, it's a violation of company policy to some extent, because I left with mail.
I used to just copy all the movies I would get from Netflix and send them back. I think they realized this guy ain't watching shit. Or all he does is watch movies.
Yeah.
And I'll tell you, I've still never watched 90% of the movies I ever copied from Netflix. I watched the same 10. I got 7 and a couple others.
Yeah, it's funny when you have because I still have that file of songs you gave me, and I think I've gotten to 1 or 2 of the records on there. It's just it's if it's not in front of you in a tactile form, you forget about it. Out of sight, out of mind.
Yeah.
If it's on so I gotta start. I think I'm gonna get a dry erase board to just keep track, because I'm always finding myself
you just get a spreadsheet. In Google Documents. You don't have to get a dry erase board.
I like the dry erase board.
That's an old school solution.
I like tactile. I know I could do my calendar on my phone, but I have this fucking thing. I write everything down, because if I write it down, it helps me remember it.
Fuck that. I tell Siri, on September 10th at 10 p.m., I have to go to the doctor, make an appointment. It's just like, an appointment? And then fucking September 9th, it's like, you have an appointment tomorrow, fuckhead. Like, oh, good.
You have her call you fuckhead?
No, I wish. She won't.
Oh, my God, yeah. Siri, call me fuckhead while I jerk off.
Yeah, no, she won't. I've tried. She refuses.
Someday, AI will be at that point, but not now.
Who's your asshole of the week? That shooter?
Oof. You know what? I'm going to go another route. When I first discovered Kristen Gillibrand, she's a senator from New York.
Who was Gillibrand?
Gillibrand, I don't know, whatever the hell her name is. I don't know, she's kind of fuckable. She's alright. But I thought she was alright.
That's her campaign slogan, kind of fuckable.
Anyway, she presented the Zadroga Act as a problem on The Daily Show.
This what act?
The Zadroga Act, which ultimately was to pay for the first responders' medical bill.
Oh.
Which ultimately became the first responders bill. But originally it was the Zadroga Act was what was put in place to give them medical treatment right away. Which was like after 3 phases of saying, you're crazy, it's not you.
It's all on your head.
Yeah. But, so I liked her, and then she sort of ran for president. But then I started doing some research, and she's like a Clinton douche. She plays both sides of the fence. She serves the corporate masters. High ratings with the NRA, high ratings with Wall Street. I wrote her Facebook page, her email, everything. Just trying to get some staffer to answer like 3 questions. Would you do a primary challenge against AOC? Which she would have an impact because she's in the New York area and she's popular in New York. So she could give AOC a lot of problems. So she never answered that. Explain your high marks with the NRA, and she is a proud gun owner. And Wall Street. Do we need another Wall Street friendly Democrat in office? Fuck no. So I think she's a phony. And the fact that she had the high ratings and now she's fucking suddenly outraged over the shooting, and she supported the NRA all these years, that's grandstanding. It's bullshit. She is my asshole of the week.
Nice.
Phil, to you.
I'm my asshole of the week because I bought a card from my dealer and I charged my vape pen and now I don't know where the fuck I put it. And it didn't leave my apartment, but I've torn my whole apartment apart and I can't find it.
You can't find your vape?
Vape card.
Oh.
Cartridge.
Oh. Damn.
Did you look under the couch?
I did, but I have to try again.
Did you look in your car?
It didn't leave the house. I put a cap on it. I swear to God I put it on the kitchen table. It's gone.
Dude, I think there's a gremlin. I think there's a curse with the show because I lost a belt.
Yeah?
I rolled it up. I put it somewhere. I can't fucking find it. And my other belt broke, so now I'm using this, like, douchey thing.
I'm my asshole of the week.
Nice.
Why is that, Paul?
The other day, I was really mad because I started my medication last week, and then came home from work on Friday and had to go really bad, so I ran in the bathroom shitting, and I can pull my pants down without unbuttoning my button on my pants, so I just fucking pulled them down and took a shit. And then my girlfriend showed up and decided that using the key wasn't important and she's just gonna ring the bell. So I was like fucking mid-shit. I just wiped and just turtle walked my ass to the door with the fucking pants kind of still around my ankles because I didn't feel like pulling them up because arthritis and laziness, whatever. And then I popped the button on my pants. And I was really mad. And I was the asshole of the week. And then my girlfriend sewed them, so she's a sweet woman. But yeah, I'm the asshole of the week for not pulling my pants up.
The asshole of the week.
Nice.
This is better than a slide whistle.
I like your choke necklace.
Thanks, man. Yeah, I either got this in New Orleans or the Jersey Shore. I can't remember.
Same place. On that
Got it in New Orleans.
Nice. We're out of here. We love you guys.
Hey, thanks.
Good night.
Peace.
For watching.
Come to the event at the Clash where it's going to be epic.
Love you guys.
Love you tonight. That's to bring you this stupid program.
Good evening and welcome to Cult of Contempt. We hope you enjoyed our presentation of Cult of Contempt podcast. If you have any questions or comments, or want to hear your band on the show, just write us at cultofcontemptpodcast@gmail.com. If you'd like to see back episodes of the show, youtube.com/Plan10Studios, cultofcontempt.org, or right here on Facebook, Cult of Contempt Network. Even check us out on Instagram at Cult of Contempt Podcast. You want to reach Paul? It's at Paul Mauld on Twitter and Instagram, and Paul of the Living Dead on Facebook.com. Phil Perry, the writer, on Instagram, and his Facebook fan page at Phil Perry, the writer. I'm Jim Cook at Jim Cook on Facebook, or Jim Cook Voice Actor on Facebook. You want to get a hold of me directly, jcookvoice@yahoo.com. On behalf of Paul and Phil, I want to thank you for listening. We'll see you next week at 8:15. I'm Jim Cook. Transmission out. Stand by for contact. We hope you enjoyed our presentation of Cult of Contempt Podcast. If you have any questions or comments, or want to hear your band on the show, just write us at cultofcontemptpodcast@gmail.com. If you'd like to see back episodes of the show, youtube.com/Plan10Studios,